and I've been out there off and on, mostly on ever since. We're one of the last, very last, full-time traveling shows in North America. And you will remember when you were a kid, there was a band in every bar in your town. We used to meet them at the gas stations once in a while, full-time bands. I'm talking about bands who never go home. And we don't meet any anymore. Sometimes we sleep at the RV park. Sometimes we get a nice motel. Sometimes we stay at the Walmart. We like to stay at the Walmart because there's always a greeter in the morning to meet us. I know a lot of you hate the Walmart. I personally hate Canadian Tire. Doesn't matter which department store you hate, as long as you hate one, you're in style today. One time, coming out of Corpus Christi, Texas, 3 o'clock one Sunday morning, we're in the old blue bus. We got pulled over by the Texas State Troopers because one of our running lights is out. Running lights are those little lights on the top of your bus so no airplanes hit you. Then they called in some more Texas State Troopers, see if they could find any more running lights that might be out. Then they called in the running light dogs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those dogs sniffed all around the bus. Then they thought they'd bring those dogs inside the bus, see if they could find any running lights inside the bus that might not be working. Those dogs sniffed everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a fella in my band at this time, and his name was Washboard Hank. Apparently, Washboard Hank had slipped the fabulous Ginn sisters $5 or $10 to sing his jingle this afternoon. Washboard Hank. Really? Now, wash was not an adjective that adequately described him. He should have just been called Board Hank, but he was called Washboard Hank. Those dogs sniffed Washboard Hank for a long, long time. Fortunately, he had all the Ritalin in his mouth. But then they tried to talk to him and he had to swallow all that Ritalin, and we decided to drive back to Canada that night. We decided to let Washboard Hank drive. But he couldn't do the straightaways, you know. He couldn't go around any curves or anything, you know. He could just go up the straightaways. Up through Texas and Arkansas. Up through Texas and Arkansas. Up through Tennessee and Kentucky. Got up into Ohio. We got a little lost on the back road. I was sitting in the back of the bus with the light on, and I like to leave the light on the back of the bus in case anybody recognizes me and wants to buy a CD or anything, you know. Passed by this truck driver, and he had his light on too, you know, because he had a CD too, you know. We just sat there looking at each other for a long time, trying to figure out who had the better job. Turned out I did. And there's a light. There's a light in every diesel truck and it says water in the fuel. When it comes on, well, it means you got water in the fuel. Leave that light on too long and your truck just died. You leave that light on too long and your bus just died. Leave that light on too long and your heart just gets broken. Well, darling, I'm a-coming down around number 67. I just got off the turnpike, avoiding the Ohio State inspection. Johnny, I'll follow me up the road. turned off and he let me go. I guess this old truck ain't worth shutting down. And your voice last night on the telephone said you wouldn't be there when I got home. So when I get to Cleveland, I'm gonna head back south. You said you couldn't stay. Well, the man was always going away. And all you wanted to do was to settle down. You wanted to buy that little trailer out on the edge with the money you were saving. Had a carport, a color TV, no place to turn around. The light keeps coming on. I got water in the fuel. My brakes are gone. I got a left front tire throwing thread. By tomorrow morning I could be dead. Baby, maybe you've been right all along. Baby, maybe you've been right all along. Remember that winter when the lake froze over? We drove out there after we'd unloaded. We wrapped that truck and we spun it round and round. And we left it ironing out on that ice. Crawled in the sleeper and I held you tight. Baby, I'm sure on thin ice now.